Hey guys, this is Mitch with the Department of Bad Ideas, and let's talk about 14.6.0. So this is a kind of big, kind of small update for the week. We, starting off with the big one we got this week, we got the Harkonar armor. That is our 10-0 reinforcements, which is pretty whoops, and I just shoryukened my microphone. Which is a pretty spiffy looking set of armor. It's Grenadier themed. It's got a really sick looking, almost like CPU fan looking thing going for the chest piece. And I just kind of overall like it. The Sindana looks pretty spiffy. You'll probably see me wearing it fairly soon when I get the money in the bank on Thursday. And I'll be very happy about that. As for other changes we've gotten, a lot of quality of life changes. I really approve of those, obviously. Like 10-minute countdown for survival alerts. God, phrasing on this. I'm reading off the patch notes right now. We got really good changes for the mod interface. I noticed now that when you're inside of the interface, if you have a melee weapon out, it'll display how much your channeling cost is. It'll tell you how much channeling damage you'll do. When you're fusing up ability mods, you get all the full information on that ability mod. Everything from its duration, drain, damage, etc. Very good. We've needed that for a very long time because it's kind of difficult to get good metrics on your abilities, you know, from a glance without having to drop in-game. So that's very good. We now see auras, Kubros are now listed on squad member info. Very good. For the frames, we got timers for Oberon, which is good. And we got a bit of a controversial one for Trinity this week. They changed around her blessing. It is no longer instant full health and shields. It's now 40 to 80% health and shields based on mod rank. And it's modified by power strength. On paper, that's a good idea for balance, but unfortunately I'm looking at that, and now Oberon's the superior healer when that's really supposed to be Trinity's bread and butter. Granted, she still has her infinite energy she can do, but it just seems kind of odd that they'd suddenly take Blessing and make it a percentage-based skill, but I don't know. We'll have to see. I haven't had the opportunity to test this. I have been at my college a lot, which is why I haven't gotten Arsenal up this week, but we shall see. I will do some later testing with that. Nova can do multiple wormholes now, 1 to 4. Very cool. Desecrate now works on frozen corpses as well. Very good. We needed that. A lot of other little minor things there. A lot of network improvements, DirectX 9 improvements. Very good. Here's the big one I want to talk about because, you know, it's kind of my shtick. I'm very irritated by enemy immunities. And you can see in the background here, I just so happen to be in the dark sectors because, you know what, I needed to test this. They reduce the number of ancients that show up in defense and survival missions when you're fighting the infested, which is a step in the right direction. Although, there's still the glaring issue of, you know, it's still going to be just enough ancients to make enemies immune to all the elements there. And I'm still going to stand by my argument that there shouldn't be immunity in the first place. Heavy resistances? Sure, heavy resistances, that's fine. But we really shouldn't be having immunities in this game. It just feels like to me, personally, this is a personal thing here, I just feel like if you add immunities to anybody, you're ruling out any single element weapons in the game, which is unfortunate because a lot of the best, most entertaining gimmick weapons in the game are single element weapons. The Quanta, single element. The Mutilus Quanta, I believe, is a single element as well. The Karis is a single element. Glaxion, single element. Nuker, single element. I could go on and on for a while. But I really feel like when they do that, it just shuts down so many different options you would have normally had for these kinds of missions, which is unfortunate. Because, you know, more options, the better. So I did a little bit of testing of this myself. Not much. I've been very busy at the college, so I haven't had a chance to do as much testing as I would like. Still, once I work out a good schedule for doing my stuff, I will get more content up on the channel. No worries, guys, in case you're wondering. But it seems right now that it's, I don't know, it just doesn't feel much different than it before. There's definitely less ancients, and that's good. Because at wave 10 or so, you would get just absolutely swamped with them. I do believe, though, I think they should tone back the number of leaders that are spawning in there as well. Or more specifically, I think they should tone back the energy drain. I think it's vampiric or whatever. But the energy draining leeches, or energy draining leaders. To the end of the day, I've noticed that they pile up really quickly in defense with the Defested, and it just... A lot of frames just don't function properly when they're there, because their aura has a really big radius to it, to a point where if they get stuck somewhere, and you're just kind of out of luck. You're going to run out of energy whether you like it or not while you're running around hunting for that one guy that's stuck there while everything else is attacking the pod, and it would be really nice to hit miasma or create a decoy, etc. to do crowd control. So that feels a little bit off to me. Even if you have a Kubro with you that digs, it's just not enough. I mean, I don't know if this is a fault of that type of leader, which during a regular mission, it's fine. But in defense and survival, it's just hell never having energy. So I don't know if it's an issue of the leader being too prevalent or if it's an issue of the actual aura itself. So that's, again, one of those things. I have to do a little more testing with that, and it is something that is a matter of opinion. So, not really sure there. Personally, I'd like to see less of them on the map. So, that's my big thing there. I just go with resistances, please and thank you. So, other than that, what we got this week, they did some bat hole fixing for the shipyards, which is good. I know defense had a pretty big one at the stairwell. I'm assuming that one got fixed. It's hard to miss. And everything else looks like quality of life improvements. So those are my thoughts for this week's patch update. This is Mitch, signing off.